my god. That was not on my fucking bingo card. But I don't want to do it! Hey, if you've never seen me before, my name is Kyla and welcome back to my channel. Today's a good one. I am bringing you to finish my first draft. So if you didn't know, I wrote this book, Curse of the Seven, which is the first in the Redemption of Omnia duology, and it published in August. It is available on Amazon, Kindle Unlimited, and on my website if you're looking for a signed copy. But I wanted to bring you along as I'm nearing the end of the first draft for book 2, Prophecy of the Seven. I feel like on social media we see a lot of people who overwrite, and I want to bring to light that I am a criminally massive underwriter. The big battle scene at the end of the book has started and I am only on 47,358 words. But it's okay. It's okay because I add so many words in editing because there are scenes I need to add, and I'm just really great at nitpicking the shit out of it and adding so much more. I just need to get the first draft out of my head and onto paper so that I can go through and like dissect it. Yeah, I want to bring you along as I'm nearing the end and maybe even go through the edits as well. We will see where this takes us. But I'm gonna read through what I wrote yesterday, which I wrote at the beach, and it's like peak writing. So if you've never written at the beach or just like anywhere outside, not at your house though, do it. And yeah, I'll keep you updated. I don't like it. I don't know what just happened. I didn't think that this scene, aka the scene that I've had in my head since before I started writing, was gonna happen now. This scene is like, I see it in 4K cinematic fucking experience in my mind, and I have since before I started writing. And I wanted it to be the cover for book 2, but it would give everything away. But I want character art done for this scene. Like, I need air. I'm actually terrified to write it, and I didn't realize it was happening until just now. So let's get to it. Wait, what's another word for fell? Because I just wrote fell. I am going to finish this book severely underwritten, and I'm kind of scared about it. I have a feeling this book is actually going to be shorter than the first one, and for a fantasy book that is so short. Wait, should I be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? I should be. Hold on, we're gonna start a different chapter. What does she scream? Is malicious a word? Like malicious? Malice, that's the right one. I don't want to write it. I'm so scared to write it. It's not even the part that I'm super scared to write, it's the next one. But I don't want to do it! I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Everybody's gonna hate me. Everyone's gonna hate me. I might finish this today. I thought I had so much longer with it. I thought I had so much longer with this person. Oh, I'm never gonna write this person ever again. I mean, I'm never gonna write any of them again. Maybe, we'll see, but like... But I'm at 48,000. It's not good. I need so many more words. I'm scared. I don't want to write this person's death. I don't want to write it. Why did I do that? I genuinely just felt like my chest caved. Being a writer just means that you break your own heart for a job. Prime example. And to chapter 29, sitting at 48,309 words. I need like a word stronger than rage. I feel like rage isn't enough. Wrath. What's this part called on a necklace? The chain. But it's not a chain, it's like cord. The day that I have this as artwork, I'm going to die. There's like a conversation that I had written down for this, but I can't remember if it's in my Bible. It's not, I think it's on my phone. I think I remember it. What does koi mean again? Do you think that bulged talking about someone's eyes, like widening is fine? Or does that sound stupid? I can't believe I'm actually gonna finish this today. That was not on my fucking bingo card. We're about to hit 49,000 words. I know. This is crazy. There is something I need to add. I need to add it into my notes. Hold on. I just was thinking about the scene. I mean, I could just add it in now, actually. Let's just do that. Let's add it in now. Maniacal. Is that correct? This is the coolest thing ever! I'm so excited! I'm so excited for this part. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! My favorite piece of dialogue for the entire series. Now. No, I need to change it. I fucked up. I forgot something. Like the most important part. Hold on. Next. Just hit chapter 30. 49,231 words. Oh my god. My favourite scene ever just happened and I don't know how to feel about it. I'm about to hit 50,000 words. I think that could be a cool place to end chapter 29. God, I'm not excited to write the epilogue. I'm not even there yet. Chill out. Focus. Oh my god. Hey! Wait. On to the epilogue. My best friend came up with what should be in the epilogue, and God almighty, it breaks my heart. Fuck off. Did I just finish? No, I definitely haven't. That's like the end, but I definitely need to add some more in. I don't even know what to say. I'm ending the first draft of Prophecy of the Seven on 50,550 words, but I know I'm gonna add so much, but I didn't expect to do that today. I guess I'll be back when I start editing. We are back, and today we are starting the first round of edits on Prophecy of the Seven. I know people say to leave it for like 2 to 3 weeks. I'm very, very well aware. Did I do that with Curse of the Seven? No, I did not. Am I going to do that ever again? No, I will not. Everybody's process is different. This is what mine looks like. My first round of edits are mainly going to be going through and just adding a bunch of stuff. So I'm practically still writing, but I'm just going through and doing a major line edit. I don't think I'll be doing much of the developmental side because I know exactly what I've written. There shouldn't be any plot holes or character holes or anything like that, but obviously if there are, we'll fix that in this round as well. But it's mainly just line edits and adding in as much as we can. Let's get into it. I'm not going to be doing too much today. We'll see how we go. We're adding words. What's like a word for like when you're like not fully there? Is it coherent or is that just for like speaking? What's the word? Conditioned? Yeah. Conditioned? I feel like it's not the word, but I feel like I'm close. We did the prologue. So now that we finished the prologue, let's see how much I added. So the prologue originally was 825 words. It is now 1,240. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. We had what, 300 words? 300? Yeah, like 300 words. That's not bad actually at all. I love this bit. This book literally just starts off with a bang. Like we pick up where we left off. So good. Leaped or leapt? Alexia leaped. Alexia leapt. Leaped. Why have I used the word rock like 5 million times in this first chapter? I don't know what crack was in me when I wrote the start of this book, but holy shit, the start of this book is like, where did that go? Why did she do that? Does that make sense? Thank you, she said, though did not look him in the eye. Should it be though she didn't look him in the eye? Why am I saying oh like I didn't fucking write this? Such a good first chapter. Okay, let's see how many words I added. Originally there were 1,230, and then in the second draft there is 1,339. So added roughly about 100 words, not too bad. We are now into chapter 2. The choice between a comma and an em dash is so difficult. One of my neighbors, I think it's those ones over there, they play like early 2000s hits all the time. Makes me very happy. Each of them knew the gamble they had chosen to bargain with. Wait, does that make sense? I was about to be like, that's a great line, and now I'm wondering if that even makes sense. It should, right? That makes sense. Right? That makes sense. Being an editor as well as a writer is so great because I learn new words from my clients. Oh, this is that part. This part just fucking gets me, bro. But Alexia knew grief. It was an old friend that reminded her of all the happiness her parents gave her before they were cruelly ripped from her. A blessing and a curse. Grief consumed, slowly, like a cat toying with its prey, thinking nothing would ever get better, their life should not, could not move on without them. However, one day that feeling receded like the tide, only for it to inevitably slam back in without a moment's notice. The cycle then repeated, over and over and over again. That's how you know somebody's lost someone. Why isn't my whole book written like this? Where did it go wrong? Like, this is written so well, and I'm like thinking about further in, and I'm like, where? Did I write that? Wow, I can write. I mean, I hope so. I'm a fucking author, but like, I'm adding in a little extra scene. Aww. Ow. I just finished chapter 2. I added quite a few words, so I'm excited to see the difference. The first draft was 2,075. The second draft is at 2,371, so I added roughly 300 words. Now to chapter 3. They walk? Since when was this in present tense? Oh, didn't say they walk, it said the walk. My bad. Yeah. No, I don't like that. I love the little awkward part where like, hold on, let me just read this out. He looked deep into her eyes and it made her shrink inward. It was like he was opening the doors to her soul. She didn't like it. I did put a little something something in there about something. I feel like my foreshadowing is too foreshadowy. Like I feel like nobody gets it. But that's like kind of the point. It's meant to be one of those things where you think nothing of it, and then when you read it, you're like, wait. He was infuriating and confusing, a whole swirl of emotions every time they spoke. The universe could tell them they were compatible, but from what she'd seen, they weren't. I just completely forgot 2 words of the sentence. It was flicking her hair over, and then it just continued on with something else. Over her shoulder. Whatever made me write like this in the beginning, I need to redo, because this writing is unmatched from anything I've ever written. I've never forgotten letters in a word before. This feels really weird. I'm like forgetting stuff. I've never had that problem. I completely forgot I had this in there. I don't even know what that word means. How did I use that? What is that word? Oh. The denial is crazy. There were two options, two reasons as to how she siphoned V from Slater's veins. One, they were fated, which wasn't it. Or two, she could do it with anyone and she'd unlock some sort of siphoning power. She's so delusional. I feel like that makes sense, but it also doesn't. Messy blonde hair, green eyes, and a terror stone that hung from his neck was standing in front of her within moments. The delusion is actually not. Literally gets proof and then is like, but bro, this fucking book just starts off with such a banger. Like, prologue 1, 2, 3, like they're all just like, you get to the end and you're like, yes, 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 yes. Well, the end of chapter 2 is actually really sad, but apart from that, it's still like good though. Anyway, I just finished chapter 3. Let's see the difference. Chapter 3 in the first draft was 1,808 words. And in the second draft, it is now 1,938. So added 130 words. Happy with that. On to chapter 4. This will probably be the last chapter that I do today. And honestly, I'm not mad about that. Oh, we literally just ignore everything. Do you know how helpful it is to have my map right next to me so I can refer back to it? Actually, so helpful. What does meandered even mean? I feel like that's the right word, but I just don't know. Yeah, that works. I remember when I wrote this part, I did a little bit of research and I felt really smart. Talking about plants and how they like move towards people. I got the idea to do this from a really disgusting book that I read. But I got this idea from it, so I guess it helped me in some way. Everything happens for a reason, I guess. I love the ending of chapter 4. I don't think we added actually no, we probably did add a little bit into chapter 4 because I added some at the start because I felt like we kind of glossed over what just happened. So in the first draft, it was 1,059 words. And in the second draft, it is now 1,200. So I added 150 rough words. Okay, so for today, I've added 1,091 words. I'm not too mad about that, especially because the first 5 chapters seem to be written really well. I have no idea when that stopped, but it did at some point. I know for a fact I'm gonna add so much more in when we get further into the book. So that's all for today, and I will be back again tomorrow. One of the struggles of being short that I feel like nobody talks about is I'm at the exact right height for when I walk past a door if I'm wearing a t-shirt that it gets caught on the door handle. Anyway, we're back. It is day 2 of editing Prophecy of the Seven, so let's get to it. Don't know how much I'm gonna get through today, but we'll see. So we are starting on chapter 5. What's like another word for probably? That's not how you spell that. Oh my god. Did I forget about the queen? Is she dead? I don't remember if she's dead. The Find and Replace feature is my favorite thing ever. I didn't talk about her the entirety of Curse of the Seven. Maybe I'm gonna make it that she died early on. No, I'm pretty sure sizable is actually spelled that way in Australia. I hate that it always tries to make me use American English. But to be fair, it will be very helpful with my next book. I just like shit on this random man in my book. Some women were like calling this man out, and it was like the older man hushed. He clearly didn't do well under the scrutiny of a woman. Another outdated tradition he clung to. Jesus Christ. So I changed. I have never done this before in my life. Plotted out this book more than I plotted out the first book, and I've had so many more inconsistencies in this. And even then, I like hardly planned this one. I changed the name of a character. I don't know if I like Holland or Warwick more, because I've got his name as Warwick later on. But I feel like Holland reminds me of a book. I can't remember who it is though. What book is it? Where a brother's name is like Holland. I think it's like Fourth Wing or something. I feel like this sentence doesn't make any sense. The reserved space in her heart carved out where he used to be. I feel like someone's been in my document and is like capitalizing things I don't normally capitalize. I just don't feel like that's something that Sage would say. I just finished chapter 5. This is a long chapter. In the first draft, chapter 5 was 2,605 words. And in the second draft, it is now at 3,162. So I added roughly 500 words. I'm gonna see how long chapter 6 is, because I have a feeling that once I edit chapter 6, I might log off for the day. It is still only early, but I want to edit some videos. I think I'll edit chapter 6, log off for the day. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, I forgot that I wrote that. That's so cute. Is that seriously how you spell that word? I love the end of chapter 6. All he had known was solitary confinement, torture, and still he was here fighting on the other side of all he knew. Everyone did have a choice. Some just never realized that the choice was theirs to make. A society where they were placed into a box, a mold that they had to adhere to. Who could have ever thought that they truly had a choice? I don't think I added very much to chapter 6 in the second draft, but let's have a look. So in the first draft, chapter 6 was 2,247 words. And in the second draft, it is now sitting at 2,442. So I've added what, roughly 200 words? We are sitting on a total of 52,393 words. So we're definitely getting there. I want to hit like 65,000 words. Hopefully more, but we'll see how we go. I will be back tomorrow. Hopefully we can add some more words. I think the start of this book was written quite well, so I'm not adding as much, but I have a feeling I will add a lot more. And I know I've said that like a million times. But I'm done for the day, so I will see you guys tomorrow. We are on day 3 of editing Prophecy of the Seven. I'm starting a lot earlier than most days, as I have gotten to the halfway point in a client's manuscript. I'm still waiting for payment. So it is currently 10:15. We're starting on chapter 7, and I'm really tired, and I'm also ridiculously itchy. I've been getting bitten by something, but I did take an antihistamine, so I'm getting tired. But let's get to it. The air held its breath, as if it too felt the awkwardness between them and wanted to make it worse. Well, that's morbid. This girl literally can't catch a break. Like, she does not give herself any moment to, like, be happy. Oh, the antihistamine is kicking in. I'm so tired. Dance with me. I will dance with you, Slater Deborah. Oh, I love the awkwardness. The Curse of the Seven, I say, is like it is a slow burn, like, don't get me wrong. But it's more like, it's just definitely the lead up for book 2, and then like book 2 is the slow burn. And God, does the slow burn slow. Did that word correctly? Yeah, that works. I'm smart. I am procrastinating. I love when the other characters pick up on it and they say something. So there was like a moment between Alexia and Slater, and she comes out of it, and Naisaki's like, well, that wasn't very mortal enemies of you. Oh my god, you know what I just realized? I just put that all into the first draft. Kill me. Okay, so in the first draft, chapter 7 was 2,876 words, and it is now 3,149. So I added what? 400 words? Okay, we're in the second draft, going into chapter 8. Oh, I like that. Description of a tree. Its roots spiraled out of the base of the trunk like veins, twining together like lost souls attaching to one another. I think that's really cute. Me, an author, being surprised that I do author things. Sums it up pretty well. Oh, I love this scene. I love chapter 8. It's so cute. Oh my god, I love it. I know they actually also have notes for chapter 8. Did I ever explain what the king looks like in Curse of the Seven? I don't think I ever said what color his hair is. She made to stand. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes sense. This is peak fat scene writing. Me and my notes is right. I have a feeling I hardly added anything into chapter 8 because that was peak. Chapter 8 is a great chapter. 2,442 in the first draft. And in the second draft, 2,535, so I added roughly about 100 words. We're doing really well. I've added like almost 3,000 words so far. Dude, I love Nagasaki. Alexi's like in the hospital. And he's like, oh, it would have sucked if he died. Chapter 9 done, and it's almost 12 o'clock, so that's perfect. Chapter 9 in the first draft was 1,921 words, and in the second draft 2003, so what, I added 100 words. I'll quickly do chapter 10 because it's like a page long. I'm not adding any into chapter 10. Yeah, I literally didn't add any words. We are 10 chapters into the first round of edits. I don't even have to like go to my notes because I picked up on what I had in for chapter 9 in my notes, and I picked up on that in the draft anyway and changed it, so I highly doubt I'll be back for the rest of the day, but I got through 4 chapters today, so that's not bad at all. So I will be back next time, whenever that may be. We are back with the next part of the editing chronicles. I have no idea how many parts I've already done, how many days I've actually worked on Prophecy of the Seven, but we are back and we are ready to get straight into it. We are starting at chapter 11, which we won't be editing that much as it is a throwback to the first book, so it is literally copy and pasted. I need a better word for relief. I feel like all the synonyms for relief are boring. We just finished chapter 11. Super easy. The majority of it is copy and pasted from Curse of the Seven, so we didn't add much. I would like to say 50 words. Chapter 11 is a short chapter. In the first draft, it was 300 words, and in the second draft, it is now 327 words, so I added roughly 30 words. But we're moving back onto chapter 12, and this is a normal size chapter, so we will see how this goes. Anger, but like not angry. I don't know. What is wrong with me? I understand that I was trying to like use a better word because I had just said the word throat previously, but I wrote the word esophagus. No. As much as I love the redemption of Omnia duology, Lord, I just want to be writing the next book because this next book I feel is going to be, and I keep talking about it slightly in my videos, in my stories. I keep going, I know what I'm writing next, but I haven't told anyone. Well, I've told friends, but I haven't told the internet, and it is so difficult because I want to write this book so badly, but I need to focus on editing Prophecy of the Seven before I can get to that. But it's so hard because it literally, my every waking moment, I'm thinking about this other book. I can't find the word I'm looking for. How many words are there truly for the word trying? Like, I know there's attempting, but like other than those 2 words, what else is there? It's on the tip of my tongue. So I've just finished chapter 12. Let's have a look at what the first draft word count was. I definitely added quite a bit. I want to say like 200 to 500 words. In draft 1, it was 1,916 words. And in the second draft, it is now 2,594. So I've added like 600 words into that chapter. Very happy with that. So we're going to jump into chapter 13 now. Oh, I've still got so many chapters left. We are almost halfway.
If I can at least get to chapter 15 today, I will be happy. The last clip got cut short because my phone died, so I am back with another day of editing Prophecy of the Seven. We are so close to halfway. For the rest of the day yesterday, I actually was plotting my next book. Because I'm being true to you guys, I am vlogging every single second of this. Let's get into it, figure out where we're starting from, and go from there. We are starting at chapter 13, which means we are roughly 3 chapters away from hitting the halfway mark. I'm really hoping I can get to that today, so let's get stuck straight into it. Trying to think of a word. I need a better word for worry, but I need a better word than concern, and I just feel like there aren't many. We have just finished chapter 13. We're gonna have a look what it was in draft 1 and in draft 2. I don't think I added that much. Maybe 100 words, 1,717 words. And in the second draft, 2,023. Oh, so I added roughly 300 words. That's actually not that bad. So we're going to move on to chapter 14 now. I actually don't remember this part. I have a few notes, so I do just want to have a look. Okay, I don't have anything until chapter 17. Yes, I love that bit, and I just made it so much better. I love it. Is rage throwing kind of funny, or is it kind of dumb? I can't tell. I think if she asks him why he's rage throwing, then it's funnier, rather than just saying he's rage throwing. I'm gonna do that. Maybe I can't do that. I'm not gonna ask him about why he's rage throwing. But I think it's funny, but I don't want to cut anything. I'm meant to be adding, but that would be cutting 40 words. I just can't wait to write my urban fantasy. Oh, it's gonna be so good. It's too late now, but I honestly should have made Curse of the Seven and Prophecy of the Seven one book. I probably should have, to be honest. Nothing I can do about it now. I mean, I could do like a cool special edition where I put both of the books together. That could be kind of cool. I need to write that down somewhere. What is that? Oh, it's gone now. This is really depressing. Don't know why I did that. I needed to fix the plot hole, so here we are, I guess. I've added so much into this chapter though. We have finished chapter 14 and I have added so many words. So chapter 14 in the first draft was initially 1,816. Trying to guess. What do I think it is now? I'm gonna say close to like 2,500 to be honest. I was close. It is now 2,328 words. So I added roughly 500 words to chapter 14. So we're gonna move on to chapter 15 now. If someone was most like the sun, it would be Briar, which at a glance didn't make sense because he was so calm, kind, sweet, but he was the epitome of warmth. His calmness, kindness, sweetness didn't feel airy like it did when other people exhibited these traits. His were full of warmth, hence being the sun. And when Alexia turned to look at him, the actual sun reflected this. It was like he absorbed the rays into his features, then expelled it into everything he did. Did they have horses? I think they got rid of the horses before they met Nayasaki. Let me see the last time we bring up horses in Curse of the Seven. Yeah, no, they never talk about horses ever again. So, need to change that. So I need to update you. 2 days ago, I sat down to edit Prophecy of the Seven, recorded it and all. Roughly about an hour and a half worth of footage. My phone died and it didn't save. So let me update you and then we'll get back into editing. Chapter 15 was originally 2,126 words. In the second draft, chapter 15 is now 2,238 words. So I think I roughly added 100 words into that chapter. But today we are starting here on chapter 16. So let's get straight into it. Chapter 16 is such a great chapter because we learn so much about Nayasaki. He's a very important character to me, and when I created this backstory for him, it broke my heart but I've just finished chapter 16, so let's have a look at the difference. So in the first draft, chapter 16 is 1,677 words, and in the second draft, it is now 1,908, so I added roughly 230, 250 words. A lot of it is just dialogue, so there wasn't too much that I could change. But let's move on to chapter 17. I don't know if I can say the expression falling like dominoes, because they don't have dominoes, do they? Maybe they do. Dominoes is an old game, right? How do you even play dominoes? Alrighty, we finished chapter 17. In the first draft, it was 1,104 words. In the second draft, it is now 1,228 words, so I only added roughly about 100 words. I probably could add some more in. Hey, I am so sorry for the random cutoff, and it is a new day. As you can tell, my phone ran out of storage and it's been a whole thing. So I'm back with editing Prophecy of the Seven. We left off on chapter 17. I have no idea where I was up to in it, so I'm just gonna start from the beginning, see what happens, and go from there. So let's get right into it. I'm adding in an entire scene. I need to somehow figure out how to get here to here. It's in here. I need to figure out how to seamlessly, we've seamlessly gone here, but now I need to seamlessly go to here, if that makes sense. Okay, I've almost done it. I just need to write a little paragraph about thoughts in brain, and then it should work. Do you steer a horse? How does that work? I got it to seamlessly go together. I did it. Would you rather become so overwhelmed by the possibility that we may lose, or know that it is a possibility but refuse to give in? Yes, I just finished chapter 17. Chapter 17 in the first draft was 1,104 words, very short. And in the second draft, it is now 1,691. So I added roughly 590 words. So I'm happy with that. Moving on to chapter 18. What are some buildings that would be on the outskirts of a city? Oh, that's so sad. Why did I do that? Why didn't she blame herself? Well, chapter 18's done. That's depressing. Chapter 18 in the first draft was 1,393 words. And in the second draft, it is now 1,706 words. So I added 400 words. Now we are on to chapter 19. Oh, I just realized that my candle went out. Hold on. I can't tell you, otherwise it'll give something away from the book, but oh. I love phoenixes. Just the entire rising from the ashes thing is, I don't know, it just feels so, what's the word? I don't even know. But I used a metaphor for phoenixes. Did they not understand that to see the future was not a gift but a curse? To know who will die and who will win in a war? To know what would become of the people closest to her? It was not a gift, and it should not be treated as one. But the only thing more powerful than fear was hope. Hope for a new world, a better one. And with that hope nestled in their mind and heart, they continued their search. Oh my god. They're on their way to the last fight, but they got a little bit to go. Is it called game when you hunt for food? I think so, right? I've added 6,000 words, in total. So I've still got quite a lot that I can add in. I'll do this, it's not gonna be the end. I'll do beta readers, see what they think, where I can add anything in. But I've still got at least one more round of editing. I don't like to do too many rounds. I like to do as much as I can in the first round because I get so sick of reading the same thing because I can't reread anything. And that applies to my own book as well. So being forced to reread it is kind of hard. Luckily, where I'm at right now, I kind of don't really remember. So it is a little easier. But Curse of the Seven was bad because I remembered everything. And I found it so difficult to go back and reread it. Is determinedly a word. Chapter 19 is done. So the first draft of chapter 19 was 1,501 words. And in the second draft, it is now 2,170. I did add some. I added roughly 600 words. So that means we're on chapter 20, which means I only have 11 chapters left. Ah! But I think I am going to stop at chapter 20 today, just as I have other plans that I need to get to. I'm not too mad about that. We made some good progress today, and I will be back next time. I've decided that today I'm focusing primarily on editing Prophecy of the Seven. Normally I would work with my editing clients in the morning, and then after lunch I would work on Prophecy of the Seven. I have deadlines in my brain that I need to make. So for the entirety of today, I will be editing Prophecy of the Seven, and then tomorrow I will work all day on my editing clients. So I'm hoping that this works and I get through majority of it so that I can send to beta readers super soon. We will see how I go. So I'm gonna get stuck right into it. We are starting on chapter 20, so that means I have 11 chapters left. That is the shortest. Oh, I thought that was the end of the chapter. I was about to be like, that's the shortest chapter ever. But it's not, thank God. I don't know how to add in like a bit of time, because I've just like started with this starting the trek up the mountain. Then all of a sudden they're like halfway up. So I love that part. That's so funny. You know, when like people, when they're trying to enunciate, you full stop, can't full stop, you get the gist. You can't have it. She kicked him square in the face between each word. Oh, okay. Chapter 20 is done. I added a little bit, maybe like 200-300 words. Chapter 20 in the first draft was 2,119 words. And in the second draft, it is now 2,206. So I added like 100 words. I lied. Moving on to chapter 21. Oh my God, why is he being so mean to her? Me acting like I didn't write that. Ah, what the hell? No! The slow burn has burnt, bitches. Oh. I don't think I added much. I think I maybe added 10 words. This is a pretty decent chapter. In the first draft, it was 1,629. I think I can change a little bit at the start and add some words in. I hate that it does this. I don't know if you can see it. This big gap. It's fine. I'll fix it. What was I thinking about? I've added a little bit more, so I'm hoping that that makes chapter 21 a little bit better. Chapter 21 was originally 1,629 and it is now 1,821. So I added roughly 200 words. I just jumped so fast in this specific part. We're adding some information. That was a big sentence and I need to review to make sure that actually makes sense. Chapter 22 is done. I think I added like nothing to this one. Chapter 22 in the first draft was originally 2,182 words. And in the second draft, it is now 2,356. So I added like, I can't remember what the first one was, but 100 and something words. Chapter 23. Oh, chapter 23 is so sweet. Finished chapter 23. I definitely didn't add very much. I do think that when I send this off to beta readers that I think a few people will most likely comment. There's like a specific part. I'm just not sure how to kind of expand it to seamlessly go through from one scene to the next. I'll see if anybody picks it up in the beta read. We'll see. So chapter 23 in the first draft was 1,786 words. Now in the second draft it's 1,884. So I only added roughly about 100 words, which is okay. It's not the end of the world. But I am going to stop and go have lunch. And then I will be back. We are getting close to the end and I am so excited about this book, but I think I'm more nervous about people reading the second book because I'm scared people aren't going to be happy with the ending to the series. I'll be back. Okay, lunch is over. I have my Red Bull that I have mostly finished, but I still feel like sleeping. So we're going to do our best, drink this, and try to get through as much as we can. Starting on chapter 24. Did I explain Hunter's eye color? Striking green eyes. So cute! Not cute. That's so actually not cute. That's like baddie, fuck 'em up. But I just hit 7,000 words added to the second draft, so I'm very happy. Oh, I can't believe I put this in there. It really peels back him with all that this character has been through, that this is what breaks him. I fucked up. I didn't fuck up. It's kind of funny, but it kind of is like, dude, what are you doing? Blindsided, should it be 2 words or 1 word or hyphenated? Blindsided should be 1 word. Great line. Let me see if I can get this up big enough. Let's. Chapter 24 is done. In the first draft, chapter 24 was 1,825 words. In draft 2, it is now 2,081. So I added 200 words. Also, throughout this entire thing, if I'm doing the whole, I've added this much and it's wrong, don't tell me. I don't want to know. I'm a writer, not a mathematician. Anyway, we're up to chapter 25, which means we only have 7 chapters left. I'm adding in another scene because it just felt so easy, because I also forgot about a character, so bringing him in. The scene I wanted to add is in, but now I have to seamlessly get it to work with the rest. Like, get it to transition nicely through. I'm gonna like not film the whole thing because my phone needs to charge. So I will set my phone up every time that I finish and start a new chapter, just so my phone doesn't die. So I'll tell you how it went. Compared to my other chapters, chapter 25 is a little bit long, but I think that it's good. Adding that bit that I added in the beginning was worth doing. This is going to be a big jump, I think. Chapter 25 in the first draft was 2,683, so it was already longer than most of my previous chapters. So I have a feeling it's going to be over 3,000. It is now 3,180. I can't remember what I said. I've either added 500 words or 300 words. I don't remember what I said. Either one, somewhere in there. Jumping into chapter 26. We're getting so close to the end. I'm nervous. I will be back. So chapter 26 is done. It is a little bit of a smaller chapter. It's like 6 pages, I think. We had 9 pages, then 14 pages, and now 6. I think it's a nice reprieve after a long chapter. I don't actually think I changed much at all in this chapter, because it's just pretty much one fight scene and a little bit of a realization. So in the first draft, chapter 26 was 1,176 words. I definitely might be able to add something at the end. If I've like changed nothing, I might be able to add something at the end. Hold on. Let's see how much I did change though. Okay, I think I added like 30 words. Hold on. So, I've just finished chapter, 26? In the first draft, it was 1,176, and in the second draft, it is now 1,264, so I added roughly about 100 words. Gonna jump into chapter 27 now. Chapter 27 is complete. I did not expect to get through this much today. In the first draft, chapter 27 was originally 1,425 words, and in the second draft, it is now 1,480, so I don't remember what the first one was, but it was definitely like 1,400 and something. So I've added hardly any words, if any at all. I don't think I could change anything. I think I'll leave it for now. I don't think I can. We'll see what the beta readers say. Moving on to chapter 28. We are so close to being done. and I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. I had to quickly turn the camera back on because this is happening. Fuck. I need to like add more in, but I don't know if I can. I don't want to have to read it again. In the first draft, oh, it was very short in the first draft. It was 466 words, 511, so I added 50 words. It breaks my heart every time. I guess now we move on to chapter 29. I'm gonna add 206 words into chapter 28. I can't stop the crying. Fuck my life. Chapter 29 is done. I didn't change much. It's a good chapter. It's like the chapter. In the first draft it was 1,030 words. That's minus the 200. It is now 1,052. The last chapter before the epilogue. That's it. Oh my fucking god. I didn't change anything. I changed maybe like one word. 596 is the last chapter. And now the epilogue. I'm practically rewriting it, so I don't want to do this. Why did I add that in there? We're done. Fuck. The epilogue was originally 415 words. I didn't add as much as I thought I would. And the epilogue is now 650, so yeah. I've officially finished the first round of edits on Prophecy of the Seven. I don't really know how to feel. I know that once sent out to beta readers, I will need to do another round of editing, but if it were to publish like this, I wouldn't be mad. I think it is such a beautiful ending, though terribly sad. I wish I wasn't an underwriter, because I would have liked to have stayed with these characters for longer. It's done, which means this video is finally done. I have had so many problems in the making of this video you wouldn't even believe. But it's done, and now it's time for beta readers. If you watch this and you would like to be a beta reader, by all means, sign up. The link should be in my bio. Once I have put in all of the edits suggested from my beta readers, I will then put it into Amazon KDP, and I will receive a proof and I will read it through just to mark any mistakes or anything like that. So there are still 2 more rounds of editing to go, but they're not as major as this. Pretty soon, I will be doing writing vlogs, come write with me's, writing sprints, everything like that for my next book. And while I love this series, I'm very, very excited for this next book. I have an inkling that I may not underwrite in this next book. One, there are 3 points of view, so that does help, but at the same time it is set in a modern world, so it's an urban fantasy, it's set in a modern world, so I think it may be easier because I am writing what I know. But thank you so much. If you've made it all the way through this video, thank you. Let me know as well, because I think that the editing process is very intimate, so thank you for coming along with me. I'm sorry I ugly cried. If you haven't read Curse of the Seven yet, go for it, because it is the stepping stone to this book. Like, this book is the book. Prophecy of the Seven will be released on January the 13th, 2026. The cover will be coming quite soon. If you sign up to my newsletter through my website, you will actually be able to see the cover early. I may even put the prologue in there before release day. You will also be the first to know when pre-orders are up. I think that's everything. So if you liked this and you want to see more of me, my content, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and there's a little bell notification button as well if you want to be reminded of every time that I post. Click that one as well. Other than that, I hope you're having an amazing day. I'm gonna go cry for the next hour. Bye.